Greetings, mortals. It is I, Brorka, and welcome to the first video in this channel's new direction. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't feel that Overwatch 2 has really been deserving of all the negativity it's been receiving. And I'm gonna go into why. Okay. Let's start with the gameplay. Overwatch 2 has a much faster tempo than Overwatch 1. And unlike Overwatch 1, the sequel has very few instances of hard crowd control. Aside from two exceptions, which I'm going to get to in a bit. Every instance of crowd control is limited to either tanks or ultimate abilities. This immediately makes the game feel better in almost every respect of the word, and is also more enjoyable than its predecessor and its competitors, such as the Paladins and Apex Legends. The only hero shooter that is on par with Overwatch 2 in factors such as gunplay and fun is Team Fortress 2. The casual experience is also quite nice, compared to Paladins or Apex Legends. Overwatch 2 has very fast casual matches, with queue times rarely being over a minute long and typically capping out about 2 minutes. In addition, casual matches, or unranked as they're called in game, are incredibly short, rarely lasting more than 5 to 10 minutes. In addition, competitive matches are handled much better than both Overwatch 1 and many of its competitors, including Team Fortress 2. Competitive is a bit jankier than Overwatch 1, but generally more fun, due to all the balance changes to fit a 5v5 format. With one tank on the field at any given time, it is much easier to work around things such as barriers and fucking Sombra. Let me address Sombra real quick. Sombra is the one major fumble of Overwatch 2 from a balance perspective. She is simply unfun to play against because her hack briefly locks you out of any abilities, makes her deal more damage to you, and allows her entire team to see you through walls. The only way to get rid of her hack is to either wait it out, use Zarya's bubble, or use Kiriko's protection Suzu. Junkrat and Ana are the two exceptions to the rule on hard crowd control in Overwatch. And there is actually a reason why these two heroes kept their hard CC, despite not being tanks. The reasoning for both is that each ability in question is skill reliant. Honest Sleep Dart requires you to be able to do this thing called aiming, and Junkrat's Trap, especially in higher tiers of play, requires spatial awareness, game sense, and the ability to predict your opponent's movements, so that you are able to secure a kill immediately afterward. These are examples of hard crowd control that I don't really mind, as you have to put a lot of time and effort into learning how to use either effectively. Overwatch 2's hero design and balance philosophy is also rather interesting, compared to its predecessor and competitors, who oftentimes only looked at the numbers to alter a character's balance. Or Team Fortress 2, which, let's be honest, will probably never get an update again. Overwatch 2 takes a different approach, by first acknowledging that it is okay and natural for some characters to be better than others at various tiers of play. From there, they look at two things: how the character is performing, and how the community feels about them. If the character is generally considered to be fun to play, despite underperforming, then they may not receive any changes aside from a minor tweak or two. Whereas if a character isn't fun to play or clearly overpowered, the development team is more likely to do something about that. Which brings me to my next topic: balance. Balance in Overwatch 2 is a funny thing, in the sense that it can never be perfect. The devs, unlike with the predecessor, have acknowledged this, and in fact, work to make the game fun while also making everything as balanced as possible for competitive. Every single hero in Overwatch 2 has a niche they fit into, and with 37 heroes in the game and an ever-expanding roster, you have many options. Contrary to popular belief, however, is that more playable characters in this type of game makes it more balanced, because in that state, even the most niche of characters has a role they can fit into and a matchup that favors them. Now, there is still one major outlier: monetization. Oh boy, this is going to be a massive hot take, but the way Overwatch 2 is monetized, I don't think it's that bad. Because not only are you paying for high quality skins, which I think justifies the higher asking price, but with the advent of crossover events, you also need to be aware of licensing fees that can make a skin more expensive. Overwatch 2 is nowhere near as egregious as other games in this regard, with the worst offenders being Team Fortress 2 and Paladins. Team Fortress 2, as much as I love it, has actual gambling in its design. Oh, but that's nowhere near as bad as Paladins. The game is literally pay to win in every aspect. How does Overwatch handle that aspect? Well, when a new hero is added to Overwatch 2, you can fork over 10 battles for a battle pass that will literally last you 3 months, grind that battle pass like I did your mother, buy them from the shop, or if you miss your chance, Overwatch 2 has this really nifty system called Hero Challenges. How these work is that you go into the practice range, get a feel for the character's abilities, and then afterward, or before, you simply need to win 35 games on that character's role. And with how fast Overwatch games tend to be, that's not too big of an ask. Obviously, like every freemium hero shooter, there is a pay to win aspect, but you can legitimately unlock every hero without paying a cent if you wanted to. And it's extremely reasonable to do so as well. In addition, other cosmetics like emotes, weapon charms, and victory poses having a price tag on them is also fine by me. Although I'd be lying if I said I didn't think those particular cosmetics were a wee bit overpriced. Finally, the main reason and most important reason why I feel this new monetization system is relatively reasonable is because as of Season 3, the Battle Pass also gives you legacy credits, which can be used to buy legacy skins. Skins that come with a new hero's launch, as well as occasionally being able to buy skins you would normally be able to on occasion. Now let's move on to communication. Old Blizzard wouldn't have said a word, nor would they have acknowledged the community, but ever since the Microsoft merger started, Blizzard, and especially the Overwatch team, have been more open about Overwatch 2, its systems, and its development cycle. They actually listen to the fans now, unlike the Overwatch 1 days, and completely different from Paladins. Finally, I want to discuss cheaters. Most free-to-play shooters are filled with cheaters, and this is a rare instance of something I feel Paladins does perfectly. But how does Overwatch stack up? Well, let's look at both Team Fortress 2 and Apex Legends. TF2 has had a bot crisis for, what, 6, 7 years now? And every fix Valve makes seems to be a temporary band-aid fix. And Apex Legends? Oh boy. Oh lordy. Getting a good, normal match is damn near impossible with how poorly Respawn handles cheaters. At least TF2 has community servers where you don't have to deal with those stupid fucking bots. Now I ask again, how does Overwatch stack up? To put it bluntly, I haven't seen a single cheater. Not once that I can recall. It's actually insane how few cheaters I've seen, as towards the end of Legacy Overwatch, every match seemed to have a cheater or a smurf. Blizzard's crackdown on cheating has made the game more fun and much more enjoyable, in my honest opinion. In conclusion, Overwatch 2 is simply fun. Sure, sometimes it can be frustrating, but like Team Fortress 2, Minecraft, and Gary's Mod, it is a game that I'll be coming back for years to come. Unless they pull a Valve and stop updating the game and say nothing. Until next time, I've been Vorka. This video was a blast to create like always, and I'll see you on the flip side.